Hello guys, how are you? So today we're gonna do break-even analysis question number three, which is from the same set of the past year. So this is gonna be break-even analysis. Now, before we go into the question, the story, let's look at the required first. What are the required they're asking for? That's a golden rule. You must look at the required. Look at the part A1. They want what? Calculate the profit or loss for an output of what? 150,000 units. So they want the profit or loss. So the only formula can find the profit or loss, which is the what? Part A1, which is a targeted sales units, fixed cost plus profit divide with contribution per unit. Now, please do the breakdown for the formula. How do you find contribution per unit? Which is what? Selling price minus variable cost per unit. Got it, guys? So that's how you do the targeted sales. Please do all the breakdowns here. Don't forget, then you'll get the full marks. Now, we're here. You have 150,000 units. Am I right? Fixed cost is given. Now remember, fixed cost must be always in what? In total. It cannot be in per unit. If the fixed cost in per unit, please change it into total. Okay? And you have your selling price and you have your variable cost. So we can start work out our calculation. Over here, fixed cost is going to be 1955,000 plus the profit over selling price is going to be 66 minus what? 49. Now, as you know, from here to here, you have to times. So how much going to be? And you might get this 25550 2550000. Then over here 195500 plus profit. Now if the profit comes here, 2550000 minus your fixed cost 195500, and you will get a profit of which is 595,000. So now, if you do all this, you will get 4 marks. So we are done with the A1. Let's go into the A number 2. Now, what is the A number 2 telling? The break-even point in units. So straight away over here, let's put in the formula. A number 2, break-even point in units, which is fixed cost over what? Contribution per unit. Therefore, but you need to show the breakdown again for the contribution per unit because we already have done over here. So over here, you don't need to do again the what? The breakdown. So let's start our working. Fixed cost going to be 1955,000 over what? Selling price 66 minus your variable cost 49. So you will get 115,000 units. So that's your break-even point in units, yeah. So we are done with this. Then you will get 3 marks for this. A number 2 done. Next, part B. Calculate the total cost of distribution per unit. Please be careful. Even in the question itself, they've already what? Bold it over there. They already bold it. Now, over here, they say per unit. Okay, please be careful. It is per unit. Normally, total cost is will be in a total, but however, in this question, they're asking in per unit. So you have to be very careful. You have to change everything into per unit. So, first of all, put the formula in for the part B. They want total cost per unit. So please alter the formula a bit. Normally we put it as a total cost, but over here it's going to be total cost per unit. Therefore, fixed cost per unit plus the what? Variable cost per unit. Now, this is the formula. Okay. Normally, the formula will be total cost equivalent to fixed cost plus variable cost. The one is in total, but now they want it in per unit. So everything going to be per unit. Now let's go back to the story over there for the part B. Look at that. During a sales period, manufacturer A makes sales 65,000 units. Now, makes and sell 65,000 units. Now that is your budgeted production units. Okay, they make means you produce. Okay, so that's your budgeted production units, 65,000 units. Product Q during this period. So look at that, the fixed cost distribution are 78,000 per period. Now be careful. Fixed cost in total, but you have to convert into what? Per unit. You have to convert into per unit. Now, over here, come back to the formula. So we got a problem over here. Fixed cost. How do you find fixed cost? How do you find fixed cost? Which is what? Fixed cost per unit times with what? Budgeted production unit. Okay, that's how you find fixed cost. But now we want fixed cost per unit. Therefore, we take the total fixed cost, divide with what? budgeted production unit. So over here, we're going to take the 78,000 divide with what? 65,000 units. So you will get 1.2. That is your fixed cost per unit. So over here it's going to be total cost per unit equivalent to 1.2 plus your variable cost going to be 4.9 per unit. So it's going to be 6.1. That's going to be the final answer. So that's your total cost per unit, 6.1. So we are done on the part B. Now next, your part C. Look at that. Part C, calculate the break-even point in units. Now, if you look at the part C, again, they're asking for break-even point in units. But in your A part number 2, you already what? You already done a break-even point in units. So you must be very, very careful, or you must be very aware, because if they ask again the same question, definitely you have to do some reverse calculation to get it done the formula. Before you can start the formula, you have to do some reverse calculation to find some missing value. Okay guys, so but before that, as usual, let's put it in the formula first for the part C. Again, break-even point in units fixed cost over contribution per unit. Okay, now let's see what is the missing value over here. Yeah, definitely there will be some missing value that we have to do some reverse calculation. Now let's see. In another period, manufacturer A makes and sell 125,000 units. So they gave you what? Mix and sell. So that's going to be your budgeted production units. Now, of product are at a selling price of 27.5. So selling price is 27.5 and it makes a profit of, look at this. They gave you what? Profit of 126,150. They gave you profit. Variable costs are 18.8 per unit. So what is the missing value? The missing value is your fixed cost. Your missing value is your fixed cost. Fixed cost is the one is missing now. It's a question mark now. So how do you find fixed cost? How do you find fixed cost? Not a problem, because they gave you what? Profit. So from the profit we can find fixed cost. So come back to the part C over here. Now in which formula we have profit? Again comes the what? Targeted sales units, which is what? Fixed cost plus profit divide with contribution per unit. So therefore, over here, they gave you the what? 125,000 as your sales, and profit is what? 126,150. So over here is 125,000 units equivalent to what? Fixed cost we have to find plus 126,150. You have it over there, it's already been given. So contribution per unit is going to be what? Your selling price 27.5 minus 18.8. Now as usual, from here to here you have the times. So how much going to be your what? Fixed costs. So definitely you guys know how to do it. This part times fixed cost going to be which is 1087,500 minus your what? 126,150, which will give you the fixed cost 961,350. Now this goes into your what? This goes into your break-even point over here, which is 961,350. Divide with the same contribution per unit, which is selling price minus what? Variable cost. Which will give you 110,500 units. That's going to be our final answer. Okay, get it guys? So that's it. With this we are done on the part C. We are done.